So hello and welcome. Today is day 16 of this full stack events application. So in our last video, we looked at models here. This is how our database will be structured. You can see we'll have an image, a date, desk, price, location here. This is all the fields that will be required for event to be added in our database. And if you want it to be mandatory to add like a value before it is saved in database, you can use the required keyword here. So require here, and then I'll add true just like that, and then each and every field that you want to be non or to be have to have a value, you can add that as a keyword and then use it to be true, so that every field or any field that you don't want it to be null can be added with a value in your database. So you can use that. For now, I won't use it like this require keyword here. So today's video, we are going to look at routes here. In routes, we are going to handle the logic for our events, how we can add them to our database and save them, and also how to fetch them from the database. Also, we are going to look at how we can add something like reminder in our database, so that using background services, we can be able to send like notification through emails to our clients. So without much ado, if you haven't liked this video, kindly like this video and also subscribe so that you'll be notified the next time I upload the next video. So now let's get into the project. So here you can see we have already done the models, and I don't think we need any other model, because if we had like a user, we could add another model for the user. But right now, let's go into our routes folder here, and then let us add a file here, and this file we'll call it events.js, something like that. And then here is where we start looking at how our logic will look like. So here, first thing that I want is to import express. So express here, just like that. And then I will require express package, because we are using express here. So express something of the sort. The other thing is that I want to use a router. So I'll just say const router, and then this one is coming from express, then a function that is called router, just like that. And then another thing is that I want to actually import the database, so I'll just say event, and event now it will be coming from this is the structure for our database. And here what I'll add is that I will just say I will require it from, let's require it from these models here, and then events, just like that. So from that, now we can be able to at least now export this router here, so that we'll be able to use it in the index.js. I'll show you all that, so don't worry, I'll do that in a few. So I'll just say module.exports, and then this one will be exporting like a router here, just like that. So now inside here we can add our logic. So the first thing that we need to do is to actually post or to add an event to our database. So through that, I'll just say here create an event, just like that. And here now what I'll do is that I'll use the router, and then router here should have a post function. So this is the post, and here is where we need now to add the route. So we have that default route here, and then I'll add like a request and response. This is like a callback function or anonymous function. So this function here should have like a request and also a response. After that, inside here now we'll just say const, and then I'll say new event, because it's a new event that we are getting from our admin. So here I'll just add say event, just like that, and then I will add request.body because we need to have request body. We are getting the data from our our body here from our request. So here also I'll just do try and catch because we can have like a error of also, and we want to catch errors. So here I'll just say const, and I'll say product or event, that is, and then here I'll just say await, and then I'll say like new event dot save, just like that. So this function here will enable us to save this data here to our database. So you can see here this await keyword here has an error. You can see these red lines here. So I can say async here because I want it to be a synchronous function. So here also I'll just add semicolons, and after that now what I can do is just to respond. So I just say res status, and because this has a is a creation function, I'll just use 201 as a status code, and then .json here, and I can return a message or maybe the product. So here I'll just say like event has been saved successfully, just like that. And then inside this here I can also return like an error. So I can just say status something like 500, and then .json here .json, and then after that I can add something like maybe message or error, and then dot message if we have a message, or I can just say let me add a message something went wrong, something of the sort. So we can have that. The other thing is that here I want to get our events. So here, so I'll just say find events or get events. So I'll just say get events here. So get events. After that, now here I'll just say router, and then you have a function that is called get, and in here also is a default route, but this function here that is callback function will have a request and also response, just like that. So after that, now what we should do is that we should find all the events that is there in the database, so that we can fetch them, and you can see them in the by the client, can be seen by the client on the front side. So I can just add here try catch. So try catch here, and after that, now inside here what I'll do is that I'll just add as let's say const. So let me find first of all the events. So I'll just say const events, and here I'll just say event, and here event I'll just say dot find, because this is the function that you can get from our MongoDB. So to find all the events, that is. So after that, now I can just come here, and then I'll just say rest.status. Here I'll just say use 200 for success, and then I'll just say JSON, and then here I'll just send the events to our front side, or from those people who are requesting for these events. So here is the request here, or how you find the events in the database. So the other thing here that I want to do is to send if an error here. So here I'll just say 500, and then JSON, and then the message here will be something went wrong. just like that, something of the sort now. So here also I'll just format my code first of all. So here you can see we have this post here, and then we get the data here. So the other thing that we can do is to delete if we want a deletion function. But before that, I want to us to actually, or maybe let us first of all delete. So here delete event, just like that, and here I just say router dot delete, something of the sort, and then here it should be like a default route, and then here it will be request and then response, and here is the function. Inside here is where we get the event that we want to delete. To delete, I want us to have like a try catch here, something of the sort. So here try catch, so this is try catch. And something that I have forgotten is that this here must be a synchronous function, because we don't know the time that our database will respond with the data. So here I must add a sync, and then here it is await, just like that. So here the first thing also here, because it is a synchronous function, I just say async, and then after that here inside the try catch I'll just say await. Here I'll just say await, and in here also we should add like an ID, because we must use an ID to get an event that we want to delete. So I'll just say await and then event, just like that. And through this event I can say find by ID, find by ID, and delete, and delete. This is a function. So find by ID, so this is find by ID here, and delete, something of the sort. So after this, now here what we can do is we can get request dot params here dot ID, because this is where now you get like the event that you want to delete. So find and so you'll find by ID and delete. So this one here is small n, find by ID and delete. And here also I'll send a message, so I'll just say dot status, and because here is like a creation or deletion, we use the status of 201, so I'll just say JSON, and here I'll just add a message. I say event has been deleted successfully, something of the sort. After that, now I can send another message here, so dot status, and here is 500 dot JSON, and here I'll just say something went wrong, something went wrong, something of the sort. So this is how you you find and delete the event. So I just format it just like that. So the other thing here that we need to do is to actually set reminder, or get the reminder here. So set reminder, so just like that. So this is what we'll be doing here. So now here we need to use router, and here because this is like update, so I'll just say put, and inside here we will have a different route here. I'll just say this route is reminder, something of the sort, and through this reminder here I'll use like an event ID. We'll have an event ID here, we'll send like an event ID, so these columns here, and I'll add, let me add here ID or event ID, and then here I'll have like a request and a response, and also here we'll have this here, we'll have like this place here that we'll be working on. So here, first of all, I want to get like an email. So here I get the name and the email of person who want to send the reminder. And here also I'll just say this one will be coming from request dot body here. So we'll be getting the data from our request.body, and then after that now I'll just say try catch something of the sort. And the first thing that I need to do is to check if there is an email, because if there is no email, we must not save this data to database, because when we are sending emails we can encounter an error. So this one here, I'll just say if there is an email. So if email exists, that's when we are going to save this data. So I just say const, and then I'll just say let me add event reminder, or I just call it reminder here, and then after that I'll just say await. Remember, this is a synchronous function, so this one is async here. So await here, and then after await we can have like event, and this event here will be using this function here, find by id, find by event by id and update. Remember, the other one was find by id and delete. So this one is find by id and update. And after that now, this is because this is a function, we'll have a request dot params and then dot id, just like that. After that now, here we'll have like another function, and this one here will be a push. So let's add it as push, and then inside this push here we have an object that consists of, let's say add let me add like a reminder here, and this reminder will have this like data, that is the name and the email, something of the sort. So if you are not understanding, just go through it, you will understand at the end of this project. So here, after that, here we can have another option here that is called new, and this new will be adding it as true, just like that. So here I don't know where the problem is coming from. Let me see this error where it's coming from. So here we need to have like this find by id, and then you can have this request dot a body here, request dot an id here. So here is where we add like this function here, just like that. So I don't think there is any other thing that we need to do other than we can come here and then say res dot status, and here because it is a creation we can add 201, and then here I can say JSON, and here we can add it to be, let's say, message or reminder has been set successfully. We can add here reminder has been added successfully, just like that. So the other thing that also we can do is to send like an error. So here I'll just say res dot status, so res dot status, and here is 500, so dot JSON here, and here I can say something went wrong, here. So here you can see we have this data here. So let me first of all format this code, and in here you can see we have this dot push, and you're pushing the name and the email to this reminder here. So remember, in here we had like the reminder, but here I don't think we added like a reminder, and this is where you should add this reminder, just like that. And this reminder here should be a type of an array, because these are all persons who will be added, like these are all persons that will be added in our database to be reminded for this particular event. So here also you can see we are pushing like name and email to this reminder here, which is an array here. You can see, so we are finding this event, and then in the reminder we push the name and the email of that particular event. So that's the logic that we'll be going to use. So in our next video we are going also to look at how we can add it here. We can import our routes here, and then we'll be able to at least be able to go and start working on admin side. So me see you in the next video. Have a great day, and remember to like and subscribe this to this YouTube channel.